Peter Jacques. Peter has been a member of HOD Speakers Club for also for about a year. And he is an irrepressible force in it. He is our Sergeant at Arms. And the job of the Sergeant at Arms is to set up the room, to help set up the room, make sure all our supplies are in order, and this he does admirably. Evaluating Peter's speech is our President, Jill Ornstein. So I would like to please welcome Jill to the stage to tell us about Peter's speech and to introduce Peter to the stage. Please welcome Jill.
Madam Mayor, Mayoress, and very welcome guests. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Peter Jacques. He is now on number 7 speech. So besides what it's asking you to do in number 7 speech, which is to do research, we're actually asking for a lot more, because we're asking Peter to incorporate all the things that he should have learned up to number 7. So it's eye contact, how to use the stage, how to use words, and really give it its all. So it won't be an easy job either to evaluate Peter, and I won't be soft on him. Peter is larger than life and is a wonderful asset to Toastmasters and to HOD. His tendency is and has been to actually move around a lot. So tonight, besides looking at the research, I'm going to look and see if he plants his feet and uses the audience, because this is a kind of new stage for all of us. Now, the title of the speech you're about to hear is, Do You Want to Be a Millionaire? Obviously, he has no qualms about not being erudite. He just wants money. So please give a very, very warm welcome to Peter Jacques.
It is said that the excessive love of money is the root of all evil. Many people sing that love makes the world go round. I say money makes the world go round. Madam Mayoress. Madam Mayoress, excuse me. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. There are many ways to make a lot of money. You could be an arch criminal. You could be an inveterate gambler. But the three most likely for you and I: one, you could work for decades. You could build up your business, sell out and go public. You could invent something for the internet and become a virtual millionaire overnight. But you could also invest £2 in a Euro Millions ticket and take your chances. Put your hands up, all of you who have ever bought a lottery. Keep your hands up if you do it regularly. My next question was going to be, how many of you remaining, and there aren't very many, who've won more than £100? £1 million. £1,000? £1,000. Million? Just going to invite you to come and join me. In order to get the basis of earning that kind of money with a lottery ticket, the first thing you've got to do is buy it. Now, every Tuesday and every Friday night, you can go to your local newsagent or the supermarket, and for £2 you can buy your lucky dip. you take yourself home, go to bed. When you wake up in the morning, you could read the newspaper, the results will be in there. You could go on the internet, or, like myself, you can go down to your local newsagent or supermarket. Anyone here been to Las Vegas? When the jackpot goes off, what do you hear? Bells, whistles, noises, possibly not fireworks, but that's what it feels like to you. And as apart from this gentleman over here, none of us have ever won £1 million he's keeping really quiet about. 2 million? No. When you go into the shop, none of us really know what's going to happen when you hand over your ticket. Now, very, very recently, in the last 2 months, a couple in Norfolk won £117 million. Can you even take that figure on board and understand it? £117 million. Have you ever thought what you would do if that little piece of paper in your hand was worth 117 million? Not many of us do. But you go into the shop, you hand over your ticket, they put it into the machine, and of course there's silence. And the newsagent, eruditely, says, hands you back your ticket, please, will you call Camelot? Now, not many of us know how to do that either. But if you look at your ticket, I have one here to hand, the winning one for tomorrow night. On the back are all the instructions on how to claim your money. There is one small snag. If you're colourblind, you can't read it because it's written in red. Somehow, and it's very small too, even from where you're sitting, from where I'm sitting it's very small. But eventually you find out how to contact Camelot. And you go along to Camelot and you meet the gentleman who's done this many, many times before. And he says, give me your ticket and I'll check it. Now, if you think you've won 117 million, how many of you can actually let go of that? Once it's passed out of your hands, you're in big trouble. But I guess you assume that they've done this all before. You make sure all windows and doors are locked and you hand over the ticket. He turns around and he confirms that you are now the owner of 117 million pounds. You now have a problem. The biggest problem that comes with this is the man will then ask you, it could be a woman of course, do you want to go public? Do you want to go public? Who are you going to tell? Do you want the world to know? Do you want all your relations to know? Your nieces, your nephews, aunts, uncles, friends? You know, when you were at kindergarten, you were about 4 years old, he's going to get on the telephone and say, do you remember me 63 years ago? I was your best friend. You're going to have the problem of where you're going to put this money. Do you tell your spouse? Do you want the public to know? For me, you keep that part on. But you do have to come up with the answer as far as all those children, grandchildren, family members and so forth, as to what you're going to do. Who wants these kind of problems? Do you really want to be a millionaire? Not half.